Alright guys, this is my review for Arrow Season 6 Episode 1 entitled, almost said Reborn, which is the title for Flash. This was titled Fallout, which is kind of like the opposite of being reborn. So this is going to, just go ahead and say it now, this is going to be lots of spoilers, so if you haven't seen the episode, definitely make sure you watch the episode before you watch this review, unless you just don't care about watching the episode or spoilers and you just want to see my pretty mug all day, then by far watch this review first. But anyway, we're going to jump into it. I liked this episode. It was definitely a really solid, well-paced episode. You know, a lot of CW shows have a lot of moments in the episodes that feel just kind of like forced or unnecessary. Like especially in Flash, you always have these scenes in Flash where they got to go to the hallway to talk about their emotions, or Joe has to pull Barry to the hallway to talk to him about, you know, whatever's going on. In Arrow, they do something similar where I've noticed this, where a lot of times, you know, Oliver will be like, well, I need the room, and it's just him and Diggle, or just him and Felicity, or whatever, and they talk about similar things, like they talk about their emotions and what's eating at them and all that stuff. And that shit is just boring. Like usually it's boring, usually it's kind of cheesy, and usually it's unnecessary. So I was happy to see this episode really didn't have any of that. There was a scene where they said, "Can we get the room?" But it wasn't as bad. It was entertaining, that scene. So I forgive it. But yeah, this episode was really good. Like the pacing was really strong. I'm just walking around. I don't know if it's going to be distracting or not. But it was a really solid episode. It kind of like with the Flash, I felt like they kind of wasted a lot of potential with the fallout, you know, of what happened last season. Just like in Flash, they kind of like resolved some stuff pretty quick. I mean, we started the episode like a few months later, I believe, and we did get to see like slowly getting reintroduced to everybody that we thought might have been dead. That was cool. I did like how they did that. How, like, you know, we see Oliver at first, which everybody knew he was alive, and then we saw Diggle, and then we saw I think Wild Dog, and then, you know, we slowly started getting all the characters drizzling in. And it wasn't until and it was cool because they made you, for the people that they hadn't shown yet, it was like, oh man, is this person going to be in here? Like I kept wondering, like, is Fia dead? I mean, because they haven't shown her yet, and she's not dead, but I wish I kind of wish they would have killed Fia, just because it would have made the show more impactful. You know, like, we all know that she's gonna wake up from that coma and she's gonna be perfectly fine. Like, it's not really that big of a deal. I mean, yes, a coma is a horrible thing to suffer in the actual, for the family members in real life. Like, I know we're supposed to feel a lot of emotion for Oliver, but I just know that she's gonna wake up, so it's not really that big of a deal in my personal opinion. Black Siren was like the main antagonist of this episode, which I didn't really like. She's perfectly fine as a bad guy or a bad girl. She's pretty fun to watch, but I just wanted to have more of a villain, like a new villain. Like, even last season, we got introduced to Tobias Church, which he was a big bad for like 5 episodes, it was okay, but I would have liked something like that. I would have liked being introduced to a new villain, even if it didn't last the whole season. It would have been more interesting than just having Black Siren be the villain again. We did get that little, I forget what they say his name was, but the little explosion guy, he was cool. I actually kind of liked him as a character. His mannerisms were just kind of funny, and his dialogue was, you know, he just had a weird way of talking. I liked it. He was fun to watch. The whole tooth scene, that was stupid. What cop would not just hurry up and grab that from him? Like, that cop gave that man every chance to make that bomb happen, or make that explosion happen. Like, come on. They wonder why the Star City Police Department's always getting their people killed. Like, sorry, that was agitating for me to watch. What else happened in this episode? Speaking of villains, we did get a tiny glimpse at a possible villain. Like, I don't know if you guys know, but like, I can't remember his name right now, but the actor he's an actor that was kind of famous for playing on Lost. He was the bad guy on Lost, or one of the bad guys on Lost. He played a character named Ben Linus. Well, that actor, I can't remember his name, got cast on Arrow, but they haven't said who he is. So I'm assuming he's a bad guy, and I'm assuming that's who we saw on the helicopter, or getting out of the helicopter. But I don't know anything about him. I don't know if he's actually a comic book character, or if he's going to be like a made-up character, or what. Because as far as I know, they've been pretty quiet on who he is. But yeah, we did get a glimpse of him and what he's going to be doing. Apparently, somehow, I don't know if he actually brought Black Siren back to life or what. And that's what it kind of looked like, but it might have just been a coincidence. I don't know. The fight scenes were really good. I really enjoyed the action in this episode. It was really top notch. Some great, fight scenes, some great like moves, and just the choices of shots and sequences was really good. The whole Diggle thing was kind of weird, like him having like PSD or whatever, and he can't seem to hit his target anymore. That was a little weird. It was a little unbelievable because there was a scene where I can understand the one shot where Wild Dog got hit, but the other scene where he's literally like 5 inches away from somebody and he can't hit him. Like, how does that work? Like, how you lose your nerve to shoot that badly? I can understand losing your nerve to hit like a precision long distance shot, but how do you miss when you're literally 5 inches away from somebody? Like, I mean, it has to be a psychological thing. Like, he just doesn't want to actually hurt anybody. And I mean, I am interested to see how that happens, how that works, how that's going to resolve. Wild Dog's costume was really cool. I enjoy Wild Dog's costume. I thought it was really cool. Really nice upgrade for his costume. Let's see, what else? Dinah, her costume upgrade was really cool. Really nice, slick, hot. That big old zipper for no real reason in the front. Let's see. Curtis is just kind of the same. He didn't really talk that much in the episode. He was just kind of there with his T-Spears. The T-Spears do seem like they're playing a bigger part in this season, or in his character role, which is good because that's a big part of his character in the comic books, and I'm glad they're finally kind of going for more of that direction, because I'm sorry, but the Curtis we've been getting in the show has been a disgrace to the name of the actual Mr. Terrific character. Like, Mr. Terrific is so much cooler than Curtis, so I'm glad he's slowly, very slowly forming into the character that he's supposed to be. I already covered Diggle. Diggle's just kind of there with his PSD or whatever. Felicity is just Felicity. Nothing really was happening with her story or with her character. Her Oliver kind of maybe getting back together probably, but who cares? Who knows? I mean, I don't know, whatever. William, the William and Oliver dynamic is interesting. It's gonna be kind of cool to see Oliver having to be a dad. It was already cool seeing him actually, like that one scene where William tells Oliver that he's the bad guy that killed his mom. That was a good scene because I love the way, if you look at the way Oliver or Steven the male looks at the screen, he's really showing some emotion in that scene. Like, you really get the feeling that he's deeply disappointed in himself in that scene. So it's just gonna be interesting to see how that dynamic works, like how the William and Oliver dynamic works. Because in the comic books, Green Arrow is not a very good father figure. He was kind of like he abandoned his son or whatever, I believe, and he was really harsh. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how that works. I mean, technically he is a deadbeat dad. He just didn't know it. Let's see. It would be cool if maybe he can get Barry to like run over and have a pep talk with William, like, hey William, I'm best friends with your dad. You should listen to him because he's cool. Like, that'd be kind of funny. I would like to see that for like a few seconds. That'd be kind of funny. Or just have William meet the Flash. That would just be cool. And this video seems like it's been going for a while, so let's see what else we can talk about right before. Oh, the ending, of course. That cliffhanger ending. It was pretty big. So Oliver's secret's out again. Everybody knows who Oliver is again, but this time it's undeniable proof. So that's gonna be interesting. But honestly, guys, in real life, if you've been suspected and you've been processed like twice for the same thing, like let's just say I was a murderer and I was convicted like twice of it, but never actually proven guilty or whatever, everybody would have their own opinions, but most people would just pretty much assume that I did it. Like, right? Like, I'd be under a microscope, right? Like, that's how I feel Oliver is. I feel like Oliver should be under the biggest microscope in the world. Like, there should be no way that he can go out and do this stuff and nobody sees him. Like, because I mean, don't you think that if he was publicly, branded as the vigilante twice within a couple years, that he would have a bigger target on his head? Like, he would have paparazzi, or I'm sorry, I said that wrong. That he would have them all over him. That he would have, people just watching him. Like, that didn't seem logical to me. That he's gotten this, he's went this long without being totally, exposed. And I'm not really worried about the whole dynamic of him having to defend himself or whatever, because we've seen that already. Like, we know that he can fight off people and all that. I'm just more worried about like what this is gonna cause, like law wise. Like, is he gonna get impeached? Because I mean, you can't really. I don't think you're really supposed to have your mayor be a vigilante. I don't think that works that way. So, is he gonna get impeached? Is he gonna get sent to prison? I mean, what's gonna go on with that? Like, is like Argus gonna pop up or something and like, give him a free pass, or is the government gonna like let him continue to be Arrow, or are they gonna go the cheaper route and just do some fancy thing where they try to disprove that picture is fake or whatever? But then if you do that, that's the third strike. Like, the public's gonna be like, well, this dude's been accused 3 times. He's gotta be the Green Arrow. We don't care what he's saying. He's probably just doing something to pretend he's not. Like, guys, like, I don't know. This is a really big issue for me that he can get away with that kind of stuff. Like, I think it's just a better, stronger, more logical answer for it to be all out in the open, put all the cards on the table, and just have Oliver be the Green Arrow in the public eye. Like, I mean, Marvel does it all the time. Like, Iron Man's a superhero in the public eye. Captain America's a superhero in the public eye. Why can't Green Arrow, be able to... Like, why can't we have Green Arrow just run around fighting criminals and having to run from the police, or have them even work with the police? I mean, I know that's a little unorthodox and kind of against the law, but I mean, you think that, like, I don't know, you think the police would want to use, or the government at least would want to use Oliver's skill set. So I could totally see them, like, I don't know, I could totally see like Argus somehow putting Oliver in a position where he can still do his thing, where him and the team can still do their thing, but they're protected by the government, and they can be basically agents. I could see that being the route they'll take, but it probably won't be the route they take. But I could see it working. So anyway, that was my review for and my thoughts about episode 1 of season 6 of Arrow. I really like this episode. I really like the show. Regardless of season 3 and 4, the show has really been a great show. I like it better than Flash. I like it better than Supergirl. Legends, they're both kind of on the same level. Legends is a little bit more fun, but when I want to watch a more serious, dramatic show, I like Arrow is the better show between these two. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate some of my new followers I've gotten recently. So yeah, keep it going, guys, and talk to me in the comments. See you guys later.